What's going on, good people of YouTube? It's me, Chavez. I'm back with another MLB player prop video for you. Today's Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. As always, I hope this video finds you all doing well and in good spirits. We're kicking things off by recapping plays from yesterday. We'll dive into the Prizepicks board, but before we do that, and before we go over the 4 plays that I want to share with you today, we'll spend a moment going over the free square that you can access over on Thrive Fantasy. So if all that sounds good, I encourage you to stick around, drop a like, sub up, click the notification icon to get notified of all upcoming content and videos from me and the channel. And without further delay, let's get into our plays from yesterday. All right, 2-1 on the day, or 3-1 on the day if you want to count the Olsen homer as a separate line. Although we took it along with the fantasy points. So took the over 8 fantasy points for Olsen when we made him our 4-bagger swagger call. So as always, if you hit a home run, more than likely you're going to cash out on your other lines, whether it be total bases, hits, runs, and RBIs, or runs scored. So Olsen cash for us. We also took the combined hits, runs, and RBI prop for Rafael Devers and Julio Rodriguez. They came together like flipping Voltron and crushed it for us. 7 total hits, runs, and RBIs yesterday for those 2 dudes. The one play that didn't come through for us was Matt McClain. That was the one I liked the most, to be honest with you. I thought he was in the best spot to produce. He did very little yesterday, so took the over 6.5 fantasy score for him. Didn't come through. I don't hate his spot today. I don't hate the Reds today, so he might be a player that I'm looking to go back. So overall, 3-1, 2-1 on the day. It was a winning day. It was a profitable day. If you played those 3 plays, only those 3 plays in a flex, then you made money yesterday. Hopefully, those plays helped you cash in your other slips. We look to keep the momentum going today. Before we dive into the Prizepicks board and our plays for today, let me spend a moment or 2 going over today's free square over on Thrive Fantasy. All right, Thrive Fantasy, partner of the channel. Go ahead and partner up with them yourself. Enjoy a nice little deposit bonus there, all right? So 100% deposit match up to $250 when you use my promo code Chavez. Make sure your first deposit is $25 or more. You'll get a very friendly payout structure over on Thrive Fantasy. In addition to that, you'll gain access to free squares. Today's free square is Zach Gallen, 0.5 strikeouts. Take the over. This one paired up with another play that you like. Damn near guarantee a 3.2x your entry amount over on Thrive Fantasy. If you have any questions about that, drop a comment below. Let me know. I'll be more than happy to go over anything you got. All right, here we are over on the Prizepicks dashboard. I said I had 4 plays that I wanted to share with you today, but let me show you 5. Let me show you 5 plays that I am liking today. 5 plays that, well, 4 out of these 5 plays I wrote up for the Discord. One of them was a little bit of a late addition, but here are some plays that I have my eyes on today. As always, if you got what you want, I wish you the best of luck. If you want to stick around and listen to me break a few of these down, then I encourage you to do that. So without further delay, let's start with a hitter fantasy score, and I want to talk about Christian Yelich today. Sitting at an 8.5 hitter fantasy line. I like the over on this one today. Let's head over to props.cash, and together we'll break it down. All right, let's look at Christian Yelich. Filter out that and make it all games. Let's take a look at what he's done over his last 10 games. He has, we'll start with hits. He has a total of 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 hits in those games. Hits, runs, and RBIs is a better vision of like fantasy production, I guess. So 7, 10, 12, 14, 15, 24, 26 total hits, runs, and RBIs over his last 10 games. That does include 2 home runs, and it does include 1 stolen base. Now, on the road, Christian Yelich has been just as good when you just focus on what he's done on the road in terms of his games and not just overall, because sometimes overall can mask some inefficiencies or some weaknesses when players are on the road. But for Yelich, over his last 10 on the road, doing lots of good things. Look at his hits, runs, and RBIs. 4 home runs on the road. That does include a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 RBIs and no stolen bases. And I always look at stolen bases because those are worth 5 points on Prizepicks. that's basically a double. It's like a free hit. So on the season, Yelich versus Josiah Gray, or just overall, no plate appearances versus Gray. Now, Yelich versus right-handed pitchers has crushed, all right? 306 batting average, 13 homers, 24 doubles, 1 triple, 50 singles. Gray, on the other hand, versus lefties, has done a pretty strong job of suppressing batting average, although he is limiting the contact but still allowing a fair amount of power to both sides of the plate. 6 homers, 1 triple, 10 doubles, and 36 singles. For me, really, this is just taking a player who has been hitting the ball well, not really ignoring the matchup with Gray, but just focusing on the batter's advantage in this situation. I think Yelich does have the advantage here, and because he's able to produce on the road, he's just not a home player. It just makes me like it even more. So despite the fair matchup with Josiah Gray, I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna lean over Christian Yelich, 8.5 fantasy score. I think he gets it done for us today. That's play number 1 over on Prizepicks. All right, second play of the day. Let's talk about another hitter fantasy score. I want to talk about Francisco Lindor, 7.5. I like the over on this one. Let's head over to props.cash and look at this together. Okay, so Francisco Lindor, I wrote him up on Saturday, and or I believe it was Sunday, and I mentioned in the write-up that he's starting to heat up. And he definitely is playing a lot better than he has been playing. So let's take a look at his last 5 games on the road. Not yesterday. I don't know why I said yesterday. Over his last 5 games on the road, he has a total of 5 hits in those games. He has a total of 10 hits, runs, and RBIs. No home runs to speak of. He has 3 stolen bases. So remember, that's 15 points right there. Now, the biggest plus in this line is his matchup today versus Zach Greinke, who some say he should just retire at the end of the season. Some say he should just retire like 5 minutes ago. Not having a good season at all. 3 plate appearances, 1 double versus Greinke. Lindor is a switch hitting batter. So we can take a look at his numbers versus righties and lefties. Now, Greinke on the year has done a better job at suppressing batting average to right-handed batters, but you can see still allowing some power to righties. But because he's allowing more power to lefties and a higher batting average, meaning there's just more contact to lefties, I expect Lindor to take most of his swings, if not all of his swings, from the left side of the plate. Now, Lindor versus right-handed pitchers on the year brings in a higher batting average, 239. I know it's not the highest, but it's creeping up. 12 homers, 19 doubles, 2 triples, and 33 singles. So this is a great matchup for he and the Mets. I think they get after Greinke a little bit today. Again, Greinke, not a good pitcher this season. Lindor started to heat up. I think those two worlds combining, I think Lindor is going to get the better of that situation. So for second play of the day, I'm looking at the over 7.5. Francisco Lindor. Oh, wait, I said that weird. 7.5 fantasy score for Francisco Lindor. All right, for our final play of the day, let's talk about Zach Eflin. 5 pitcher strikeouts on the day. Ooh, I like the over on this one. Let's head over to props.cash, and I will tell you why. All right, so you can see some books have this line at 5.5. Prizepicks has it set to 5. Let's talk about this together. So Eflin on the road has been okay. He over his last 5 games, he's gone over twice, he's pushed twice. If you want to expand this out to see his last 10 games, you can see that he's gone over 3 times, he's pushed 3 times, he's gone under 1. So it's average, not anything crazy. However, very high ceiling here. Nice upside of 9 games, and wouldn't you know, those 9 strikeouts came against this very same Yankees team. This was with Judge in the lineup, so it's not like he struck out a bunch of players and they didn't have their best player. Judge was in the lineup. So 9 strikeouts versus this same Yankees team back in May, a while ago, but it happened. So we can take a look at Eflin's numbers on the road. In that game, he also gave up 4 earned runs. So I also like seeing when a pitcher does get hit a little bit and is able to stay in the game and strike batters out, because it means that they have the trust of the pitching coach or the manager, and they're not just going to get yanked because they gave up a couple of runs, which is great for, upside. So over his last 10 away games, Eflin is averaging 3 earned runs a game. He's allowing 5 hits, not walking a whole lot of batters, which is great, and he's going an average of 16 innings, so that's right over 5 innings pitched. Although you see in some of these games, he's giving you 6 innings, 7 innings. So upside is there for Eflin. Facing a Yankees team, honestly, they look lost. 36 strikeouts over their last 3 games. Over their last 10, they have, over their last 11 games, 103 strikeouts in the last 11 games. That's like almost 10 strikeouts a game. Crazy numbers there. They just look a little lost. I'm going to take the over on the prop. That to me feels a little low. 5 strikeouts is a great number. It does offer push potential as well. So for our third play of the day, we're taking the over. Zach Eflin, 5 strikeouts. Now, I said I had 4 plays that I wanted to share with you today. So one, I'll go into some light detail. It's this Christian Yelich, Lane Thomas combo prop. Look, we already like the over on Christian Yelich today with his fantasy score. If by chance Yelich hits a home run, he clears this line by himself. But Lane Thomas, let me just show you very quickly what Lane Thomas has been up to over his last few games. Now, Lane Thomas is a guy that we normally attack, or is a guy that we normally, take the over when he faces lefties. Now, he is facing Freddie Peralta, who I also like in a separate slip. But over his last 5 games, 10 games, versus righties versus lefties. Look, Lane Thomas has put together some nice games here. He's averaging 1.4 hits, runs, and RBIs over those games. On the season versus righties, batting average is down, but again, power is almost identical. 8 homers, 15 doubles, 1 triple, 47 singles. So he's hitting for more power. He's striking out a little bit more versus right-handed pitchers. I don't really love his matchup today versus Peralta, but let's hear me out. If Lane Thomas can get us 1 single today, 1 hit, and then Yelich does the rest, that's fine. Like, I don't expect Lane Thomas to go out there and absolutely have a career game. But we don't need him to. When you have these combined props, you just need them to do their job, like we saw with Rodriguez and Devers yesterday. Boom, 7. Hopefully we get 4 today. This is one you can consider as well. If you don't like Yelich's fantasy score, you can also look for this combined prop. I think it's a nice way to kind of double down on that Yelich prop. So there's your 4th play of the day. Those are 4 plays that I personally like, and I just showed you a total of 5 plays when you include that Jose Ramirez prop. And real quick before we dip out, Prizepicks yanked that Yelich and Thomas line off the board. Man, I hope they're watching my videos. That means my channel's getting bigger and it's growing. So tip of the hat to you, Prizepicks, for taking that prop. I guess it was a lot better than I originally thought. So that's going to do it for today's video. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you like on the board, as well as your thoughts on these plays. As always, thank you all so much for all your support and helping this channel grow and grow and grow every single day. Best of luck to you all should you tail any of these plays. And until tomorrow's MLB player prop video, Chavez is out.